Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our tarot reading for the week, so if you guys want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few things before we get to the cards though. Number one, if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also listed the decks I'm using for this reading, as well as the timestamps for this reading and a list of my social media links. If you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, you totally can. If you want to skip around in the reading, you're able to do that too. Just check in the description. I am open to feedback, questions, comments, concerns, anything you have to share with me. I'd love to get a conversation going with you. Please make sure that you feel safe to do so. But I'm happy to help where I can. Okay. And also, I am open for private readings if that's something you're interested in. There's a QR code on screen that will take you to my commissions page, my tip jar. Please consider it. If you don't want to or if you can't, that's totally fine. Please follow your heart where that is concerned, okay? I think that's about it. If you are new here, hi, hello, I'm Meg. I will be reading the cards for you today. I'm going to be starting with some oracle cards, and then I will be moving into the tarot. I think that gives a complete picture of what's going on in our energetic space. I will start with the main portion of the reading, and I like to look at what's hidden about everything, how we can clarify it, and also fun little addition for you. I do have a bonus reading at the end of that, and that is timestamped if you just want to go to that. So again, description. You already know where it is, and I'm excited to get to the cards. So let's see what we need to see. Okay, so to start with our main portion of the reading here, okay, we're going to see trust. Okay, we're looking at trust. Okay, there's trust. All right, we're going to see the fifth chakra and the Archangel Gabriel. Okay, there's the fifth chakra and the Archangel Gabriel. Okay. All right. We have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. We have awakening ancient wisdom, which says deep inner knowing is emerging within me. Okay. Okay. All right. Right. And we have birds of a feather. Okay. So we have birds of a feather. Okay. So the thing that comes, the thought that I had come to me first was that some of you are finally tapping into your authentic voice. Okay, I'm getting here because this looks to be the throat chakra. Okay, I'm not very well versed with the system of chakras as they've been shared to me. I don't usually work with that energy, so I'm gonna go off the top of my head. If you know differently, again, please share it. I am open to feedback. But I believe this is the throat chakra. Okay, And this is why I say some of you are finally finding your authentic voice, okay? And you're using that authentic voice to start sharing some of the things that you've come to in your journey through life right now, okay? There's some wisdom, there's some things that you know deep in your core, okay? That's that unshakable feeling like this, yes, this is it, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm finally embodying the energy that I've been given, okay? Um, you're in a period of time where you know this for a fact. You know deep down that this is absolutely true. You know it in your heart, you know it in your mind. You know, this is the kind of knowledge that I like to call your deep cellular knowing. You know it in your bones, your marrow, every fiber of your being is sure that the knowledge you're embodying now is the knowledge you're meant to hold and carry and share. Okay? This may present some challenges because you may be coming from a period of time where people have seen you as one thing. And now that you're making changes, now that you're making changes, you're starting to embody a new energy. Okay. Certain people are not going to be comfortable with that. Well, you're one thing. I'm comfortable with you being thing A, but you're moving over here. So what are you doing? Get back in line. Okay, that's happening. That could be happening. What you need to do is trust that you are on the right track for you. Okay, you know what's on your heart, you know what's on your mind. Again, this is the deep knowing that you are embodying the energy you're meant to embody. Okay. Okay. And the people that don't want you to change, to make changes, to the people that are meant to fall away from your energy will do that. Okay. The people that stick around are the people that get the privilege of knowing you in this time. Okay. This is why I say birds of a feather, the birds of a feather flock together, right? This is, I'm seeing 3 of Cups out of the tarot. I'm not going to guarantee that that's what we're going to get. We may. We have 4 tarot decks here that I'm going to pull from, so it's a possibility that we could, but I make no guarantees. Let's keep that energy of a support system, your flock, your tribe. Put a grouping word together with it. Your people are here, okay? The people that want to be in your energy, that genuinely want for your best, will stick around, okay? The people that like to see you upgrading, up leveling, there's your flock, there's your tribe, there's your group, okay? There's your support system, okay? Let's see. Let's get into our tarot here. Okay, let's get into our tarot and see what we need to see. Okay. What do we need to see here? Okay. Okay. We're seeing the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. We're seeing the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Cups. Okay. And with the 6 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Cups. Okay. 6 Pentacles, 9 Cups. And we have the King of Swords. Okay. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that there's a word of encouragement. Okay. This word of encouragement is coming from our Nine of Cups. Okay, and I'm saying this because the Nine of Cups suggests safety. It suggests being in a state of well-being and peace. Okay, so there's a lot of relief. There's a lot of emotional. There's a lot of emotional space. I think part of this transformation has allowed you to make space for um, for this emotional well-being. Okay, um, you've left behind. Okay, so if we're looking at the sequence of cards in the suit, um, the Eight of Cups comes before. Okay, obviously for doing a numerical order here, the Eight of Cups is leaving behind disappointment, leaving behind hurt, um, leaving behind the things that have disappointed you, hurt you, held you back. Okay, you've put that down. Okay, you put the hurt down, you're letting that go, and you're finally embodying the truth, the deep inner wisdom that you are meant to embody. And that's put you in a sense of safety. Okay, if you don't know that now, or if you didn't know that before, you know that now. Okay, you are safe. Okay, you are definitely safe. Okay, the 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 positive side of this, okay, is that even if you have lost people you thought were coming with you, the people that are going to stay are the people that have the privilege of knowing you in this time. Like I said, okay, there's your support system. The plus side of all of that is that you have this cycle of reciprocity happening for you. So you're in a place where you can be safe enough to give to the people who have stuck around with you, because you know those are your support system, the people that make your support system. Okay, but you're also in a place where you can accept what they have to give to you. Okay, um, you're doing good. You're okay. Okay, you're safe. You can give and you can receive. This is the cycle of generosity. Okay, and you see the benefit in that. Okay, you're King of Swords. So this, I think, this is you showing up too. Okay, um, you've upgraded your perspective. You're definitely looking at new ideas. You're looking at new ideas and you're actualizing them in your space. So things you might not have considered before, you're now starting to consider. Okay, what I want you to notice is I'm going to equate those. I'm going to equate these to be butterflies. Okay, so I think there's some transformation in your mindset and your perspective. There's been some very important transformative changes. Okay, and all of that has given you the sense of feeling safe, and yeah, feeling safe with the people around you, and knowing that the cycle of reciprocity, cycle of giving and receiving in equal measure is happening here. Okay. Okay. What else do we need to see? What else? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. All right. We're going to see the Knight of Cups. Okay. We've got the Knight of Cups. All right. The Knight of Cups. At the Three of Cups. Remember how I was talking about not guaranteeing we were going to get the card? We got the card. I love the synchronicity of that. We have the Three of Cups. Hello, friend. Three of Cups. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens. Anyway, Three of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay. Eight of Swords. So let's start with the Eight of Swords here. Okay. It's not really the best card to get with this. Okay. And I say it that way because we have a card of taking action, card of taking action, specifically where your emotional, where your emotions are concerned. There's some things you have to reflect on. And these things might not be so comfortable, okay? Because I think this is kind of looking to your past and assessing your progress. Okay, so where have you been? Where are you now? Okay, you might be asked to think about where you want to go in the future, and that's well and good. Okay, however, you have this Eight of Swords. Okay, and the Eight of Swords here is feeling stuck. Okay, it's feeling trapped, it's feeling hemmed in, it's not seeing the full scope of the situation. Okay, it's not seeing the full scope of the situation because you're doing this, whether you realize it or not, you're sticking yourself in the muck. All right, you're trapping yourself when you don't actually need to. Okay, what I want you to notice is that this character is only tied at the upper portion of her body. She's not tied below the knee. The character is not tied below the knee. Okay, they might be blindfolded. Okay, but actually they have a clear path forward. You might have the clear path forward, especially where it comes to this period of reflection. Okay, you do have the clear path forward, whether you realize it or not. Okay, now the thing with this card, and actually this whole deck, has some keywords written into the card. Part of this says frustration. What I think is holding you back about this is that, excuse me, your ability. It seems like you feel your ability to act is being held back in some way, and you're not seeing that it's really not. There is a clear path forward. What may help? I love that we're getting the Three of Cups. What may help here is that you have a support system to ask for perspective on, right? These people are looking at your situation from the outside, right? They know you, they love you, they want your best, they are there to ask for help, okay? Okay, and it could be that you're getting together for drinks with your besties and you're saying like, hey guys, I'm kind of stuck on something, give me some advice. Oh, let me hear what you have to say, right? Um, ultimately, this is coming at a time where things feel right. Things feel stable, right? You're not tumultuous. There's a lot that you're feeling, okay? There's a lot you're feeling because we have the Knight of Cups. This is like, if you're resonating with the Knight of Cups energy, it's likely you've got your heart's on your sleeve. You live by that. You lead with your heart, okay? And the people in your support system, they know that about you, and they're going to give you the advice that best supports your forward momentum, okay? But you also have to give yourself time to see that the pitfall you think you're in isn't actually there, okay? Okay. I'm going to go so far as to say that this character's hands are not actually bound. It's arguable that it could be. The character could have their hands bound. I don't know. That's something for you to tell. Okay. But ultimately, the pitfall you think you're in isn't there. You have help if you need it, and action can be taken. Okay. Give yourself the chance. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. What else do we need to see? What else do we need to see? Let's go. What else do we need to see? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to see the Lovers. Okay, we're going to see the Lovers. Let me get that back in there. Got the Lovers. Okay. Got the Lovers. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords. Okay, got the Lovers. We've got the Three of Swords. Okay. Lovers, Three of Swords. Okay. And we have the High Priestess. Okay. Lovers, Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. So, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, you got to trust your gut. Trust your intuition here. Okay. There are some choices that you're being called to make. Okay. I get here with the Lovers because to me, there's always this pros, like weighing the pro versus con of your situation. Okay. Being the pro versus the con of your situation. I'm feeling really strongly that whatever choice you're facing, it comes with a huge con. Okay. Comes with a huge con in that, you could decide to move forward with the choice you're thinking about making. Okay. But there is some pain associated with it. Okay. This Three of Swords, this is heartache, bleeding wounds, bleeding wound, and by that I mean a spiritual wound. Okay. Something is something is likely to cause some spiritual hurt. Okay. This could be the trigger for you. Actually, I think you know what this is. Okay. I think you know what this is because you're aware that this is there. Okay. If I make this decision, I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to be harming myself. I'm going to be doing harm to others. This is there. Okay. You know it's there, but I think this is part of that pitfall. oh, there it is that is this Three of Swords energy is part of the pitfall that that you feel you're in. Okay, I can't make this choice. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt others. This, that, and the other. That's valid. Listen, that is a valid thing to experience. You know, you've leveled up. You gained experience. You have the wisdom of your past. Okay, and this is why I say trust your gut, trust your intuition. Okay, the High Priestess is the embodiment of earned experience, earned wisdom. Okay, um, yeah, trust that. Okay, trust that. Now, with respects to the lovers, this could be a new relationship. This could be someone who wants to be with you. Okay, but you're not so sure. You're not so sure. Okay. Um, if you're resonating with the lovers card here, could be a relationship, but this is your choice too. Okay, you get to make it. Okay, and you you don't, whatever choice you make is going to be the right one, whether you realize it in the moment or not. Okay, it may cause somebody else to hurt. It may cause you to hurt, but that choice will come right. Okay, I've said it. I've said it. If that doesn't resonate, that's okay. Take what does resonate and leave the rest. Okay. Um, ultimately, what I'm trying to say for this is that you do need to trust your gut. Okay. Trust your gut. It's not gonna steer you wrong. Okay. It's not gonna steer you wrong. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. What else do we need to see? All right. All right. So, okay. What else do we need to see? We're going to see the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Got the Four of Pentacles. Okay. There's a Four of Pentacles. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Princess of Swords. I'm going to read this as the Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords, Princess of Swords. All right. Okay, we've got the Princess of Swords, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay. Right, here's that perspective again. Here's that perspective thing again. We're going back to the Eight of Swords. We're going back to the suggestion that our pitfall is not actually there. Okay. Here's the encouragement. I'm going to bring up the Eight of Swords here. Because we are being asked to look at this from a different perspective. Okay. The Hanged Man, I always think of a movie called James and the Giant Peach. Now, I grew up in the 90s. It was a wild time. And if you've seen that movie, you'll understand what I mean. It's a beautiful movie, though. And the reason I bring it up is because there's a scene with James and his parents, and they're cloud watching. They're just watching the clouds, and James is being asked to find the shape, and I believe he goes, well, I can't find a shape, and his mom goes, look at it from a different angle. Here you go. Look at it from a different angle. Okay? Look at this pitfall from a different angle. Okay? All right, that'll probably be what helps you get the blindfold off your eyes. Double bonus for addressing this Four of Pentacles energy, because there's this lingering feeling of scarcity coming through. This Four of Pentacles is at least for me, there's a scarcity mindset that comes with the Four of Pentacles, where, I only have so much, I can only give so much. Well, see, that's the thing with the situation. Remember that you've come from a time where you may not have been so sure about yourself. We talked about embodying your deep core truth, right? You know it in your mind, your heart, your body, everything about you just knows this is the path you're meant to be on. Okay? Great, perfect, love that for you. Don't love this for you though. Okay, the scarcity mindset, this lack mindset. I think it's reasonable to feel that, especially if you've been depleted before, you don't want to feel that again. It's icky, it's weird, okay? But you're working on relieving yourself of that mindset. The way you do that, trust your gut, trust what you know about yourself to be true, trust that you're safe, okay? And trust that you have people around you to help you should you need it, okay? Let's talk about their Page of Swords, okay? This period of time is great for reflecting, okay? Remember, I brought that up because I brought that up. So this is a good time to say, okay, where have I been? Where have I been? Where am I now? Okay, this Page of Swords. You're reflecting on that. And where do I want to be? Okay, where do I want to be? You're in authority. I think ultimately you want to feel safe in your own thoughts. You want to feel safe in your own emotional space, okay, because you're all thinking, okay. I think this might be an issue of figuring out how to balance what you know and what you feel, okay, because it's maybe a little bit disconnected. Your heart knows one thing, your head is intellectualizing another. How do we get that in balance? Okay. How do we get it in balance? Look at the situation from all angles. Okay? Look at the situation from all angles. Okay? Now, that was our main energy. I hope that was helpful. I'm curious to know what's underneath. Okay? Feel like there's more information that we could possibly use. So let's look at some hidden energy and see what we need to see. Okay? Hidden energy, what do we need to see? Okay. Hidden energy is starting off with the Ten of Wands. Okay? There's our Ten of Wands. Oh boy. There's our Ten of Wands. Okay. All right, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, we got Ten of Wands. We have Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. Jiminy. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Ten of Swords. Let's see. Ow! Come on. Ow! Just fucking ow. Come on, guys. We have the Seven of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. There's some betrayals and some hurts and some deceptions in the, this is probably in your past. Maybe this is something you're dealing with right now. Okay, you've definitely been burdened with this pain. Okay, and I want to reiterate that this could be um, ongoing. This could have, this could have recently happened. This could be something that you dealt with in the past and are working on laying down now. Okay. Holy shit. Ow. Just fucking ow. Ow, man. Like, this hurts. This hurts because there's something that you, well, okay, how, this hurts because there's something that you didn't think was going to happen. Okay, this is cards you didn't see being played. Okay, and it hurts when it finally drops, right? You I don't think this is something you purposely did to yourself. Okay, there was information that you could have benefited from knowing, especially if this happened in the past. Okay, you're carrying it now. You've been burdened with it. Okay, saying that with the Ten of Wands. Okay, um, the advice that I've heard being given for the Ten of Wands is that you're carrying too much. Duh, you're carrying too much. Okay, and you need to figure out what is worth it to you to lay down. Okay, the last card in this real nasty hand has been played. Everything's on the table. You can see what's going on. You can see what needs to be done. Okay, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. This hurts. Ow! I'm gonna keep saying it till I put the cards down. Ow! Right? Ow! What can you lay down? What of the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords? What of these can you lay down? Okay, what's dead wood? What's rotted out? What can you let go of? Okay, this hurts to let go. These are the people who didn't want to stay in your support system, who didn't want to be in your flock, who couldn't stand the fact that you made changes. Okay, and it hurts to know that you're moving on without these people, but those people are dead weight. Those people are dead weight. And you have things, you have so many good, beautiful, amazing things that are coming to fruition. Okay, what is it that you can let go of? Okay, what is it that you can let go of? Because it's time to take action on that. Okay, it's time to action the things that you need to put down. Sort through the pile of sticks. No, yes, yes, no. If it's not a heck yes, it's a heck no. Let it go, right? Okay, what I want to emphasize, okay, you have two cards that represent the element of air. Swords are associated with the element of air, and you have two cards that represent the element of fire. Okay, the risk of you letting this fester, okay, is that it's just going to be a negative cycle. You're just feeding a negative cycle if you don't try and do the work, okay? Remember that you have people who want for your best, okay? And whether or not you can see it right now, they are available to help you, okay? Okay. Okay, that was our hidden energy. That's a lot of hidden energy, a lot of painful, ouchy energy here. Let's see how we can clarify this whole stack of cards. What do we need here? What do we need here? Okay. What do we need to clarify? Okay. Um, we're gonna see the Three of Wands. Okay. We're looking at the Three of Wands. All right. Some of you may like this card, some of you might not like this card. I'm gonna get to it in a minute and you can decide for yourself how you feel about it. But there's the Three of Wands. We have the Sun. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Sun. Okay. Three of Wands. We have the Sun. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. Well, this is a I'm gonna say this is largely positive. Okay, largely positive because we have the sun. The light does shine on dark situations. Okay, even the darkest night brings a fresh sunrise. Okay, it's all a matter of our perspective. Okay, how are we seeing things? Let me tell you this: it is okay to not feel okay. It is okay to not be happy. You can't, we're humans. We're humans. We can't be 100% happy 100% of the time. We're not going to be 100% sad 100% of the time. We're capable of feeling so much. Okay? And the fact that you're experiencing hurts and betrayals, it's it doesn't feel good, but it is part of our experience. Okay? The sun will come back out. The sun is coming back out. There it is. The sun is coming out. Okay? You have to be patient right now. Okay? And here's why I say some of you are not gonna like this three of wands energy. Okay? Because this is encouraging you to be patient. Okay? You see the boats on the horizon. They're coming in. One of those is for you. I promise you, one of those is for you. Okay? They're not here yet. That gives you an opportunity to pause and reflect. Where have you been? Where are you now? Where do you want to go? Okay? And it also allows you to figure out where to drop the monkey. Okay? A lot of times I have a deck of tarot cards that depict the Nine of Swords as someone laying in bed, wide awake, and they're seeing a little devil hanging out on their chest. Okay, my encouragement where this portion of the reading is concerned is, how do you encourage the little devil off your chest? Okay, you have time to figure that out. Okay, you have time to figure that out. Most importantly, you have the strength to do it. Okay, okay. I want to highlight this lion motif in the back because while I will often say the Nine of Wands is endurance, perseverance, and certainly the energy that comes through in this time, um, you're strong. You are very much a strong-willed person. Okay, you're gonna stand in the storm. Okay, and eventually your ship will come in. Okay, but give yourself some patience. Um, give yourself some patience because there is some work for you to do. Okay, there's some work for you to do. You don't have to let it. You don't have to let yourself get stuck. Okay. Okay. That was the main reading. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful for you. I'm gonna pin it there. Let's do our bonus reading and see what we need to see for that. Okay, I have some bonus oracles, I have some bonus tarot cards. Let's see what we need to see. Okay. All right, so to start our bonus reading, yeah, we're gonna start there. Apparently, we are gonna start there. There is sadness. Okay, well, there's sadness. All right, we're here. There's sadness. We have the contract. Okay, we have the contract. Okay, we have contract. Okay, we have following your bliss, which says, my soul sings with joy. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have my soul sings with joy. This is following your bliss. Okay. And we have earth magic. Okay. 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 This is interesting, and I love to see it. I love the little weirdnesses that come out in readings like this. Okay. Um, because we have sadness and we have following your bliss. There's you know what? I think this might speak to your duality as a human being, okay? Because this speaks to the capability of you feeling a range of things, okay? Following your bliss, experiencing sadness, okay? Experiencing heartache, um, where where it comes to the situation. I think there might be a little bit of sadness for you in that you realizing where you've sacrificed a little bit of your authenticity and your freedom. Okay, I'm saying that because there's some contracts here. Some of this you might not have seen in full, and that has brought you to a place where it's like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that because I lost this, or I sacrificed this in order to get that. I made a deal that I didn't fully understand, and now I'm kind of stuck with the fallout of that. Okay, that's one side of it. Okay, that is one side of it. But on the other side of that, we have this earth magic card, and to me, the first thing I thought, and it could be because there's a lot of little glittery bits and pieces in the image of this card. So it's a card that says magic in it. Of course, um, it should depict that. Um, Not my call. Anyway, um, following your bliss, there's something that has said, "Hey, I'm getting back to my roots. I'm getting back to my roots. I'm getting back to the things that have brought me so much joy and happiness." Okay. Um, now that you've okay, all right, here it is. Now that you know what you've lost, right? Now that you know what you sacrificed in order uh, to to well, now that you know what you've sacrificed, you know what you have to call back. Okay? And you're calling those things back by finding your joy, by putting new roots down, okay? By saying, like, yes, this happened, but I don't have to be disempowered by this situation. Okay? I don't have to be disempowered by that situation. Okay? So let's see what we need to see from our tarot. Okay? Okay, we're going to start with justice. Okay, starting with justice. Okay, seeing justice. Okay, we're seeing the devil. Okay, there's the devil. Okay, there's justice, there's the devil. Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands. Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay. Ten of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. All right off the bat, especially if you are just clicking on this bonus reading. Okay. Cool. Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. This bonus reading might be for you especially if you are leading a team of people. Okay. Because there is a call for balance. Okay. There's a call for balance here in that, you have justice. When I saw this card, I don't think I've ever seen the justice card out of this deck. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful deck in general. But the way justice is depicted here, I appreciate how this is depicted here. Okay. Obviously we're seeing a balance of light and dark. Okay. But it's also a balance of known and unknown. Okay. And this is especially prevalent that we're getting the Three of Pentacles here. I think this is going to resonate, at least this bonus reading is going to resonate with you if you are just stepping into a leadership position and you've never done it before. Okay. You feel a little bit out of your depth. Okay. Obviously, someone, and this is pressure, I acknowledge this is pressure here. Someone believed that you have what it takes. Okay. Someone believes that you have what it takes. You have to let yourself believe that. Okay. Someone said, "Hey, I believe in you. Go lead this team of people." Oh crap. Holy crap. No pressure. Thanks for that. No pressure. I've got 10 of wands. I have a group of people I have to lead. I'm being asked to balance a lot. Okay. Um, asked to balance a lot. Finding the happy medium between how things have always been done and how what new ideas could be brought into the mix. Okay. No fucking pressure. Ah, thanks for that 10 of wands here. Okay. Um, you have um, you have this fear. You have this shadow of that fear lingering over your shoulders. Can I actually do this? Can I be the leader that people need me to be? Okay. Um, the thing with this 10 of wands, okay, is that you're willing to put in the effort. Okay. Part of this is that I think the 10 of wands, yes, this is about assessing what you can actually carry and what's dead weight and should be let go of. Okay. Um, but the element of seeing it through comes on very strong here. Okay. Um, because you know that the satisfaction of achieving this goal together is going to be so much greater because the team of people around you, your support system, the ideas they bring, um, that's going to make it might not make your it might not make the job you have to do easier, but to be it is something to be acknowledged and praised that you're not doing it alone. Okay, you're not doing it alone. It's finding that happy medium in between tradition and new ideas. Okay, balancing the known versus the unknown. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call this reading done. Thank you for your patience. If you watched this whole video and have made it here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope this reading helped. If you would like to leave any feedback, please go ahead and do so. Let me know if you want a private reading, if that's something you'd be interested in. That's a lot of information. I'm going to call it quits until next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you very soon, guys. Love you lots. Bye, everybody.